Yeah, hopefully we'll get a chance to talk more next Friday.
Ask her if she listens when she listens to
Okay.
this show on Spreaker that she hear me.
Say
If
that
she
again?
heard the show on Spreaker one, hear me on Spreaker.
Could you hear him on Spreaker, he wants to know.
Yeah, I was able to hear Felix on the air, but I just can't hear him right now as I'm talking live to you guys.
Okay, she said she was able...
I heard her. I could hear her fine, Mark. You don't have to repeat everything.
All right.
I'm only mute, not deaf. You can tell.
You're only dumb, not deaf, right?
That's it.
Anyway, so you could see what's been going on here. You know.
Okay.
No, we actually had a decent show. If you get a chance to listen to it earlier, we were talking about...
I will listen to it either later or tomorrow.
Actually, for an hour, 45 minutes before we started playing music, we had a fairly good show of discussion, you know. Then usually, you know, like I said, if nobody calls in, it's downhill after that. Once we start putting music on, it's downhill because we lose track of what we're saying and we have no desire to continue. Because I could insult Felix anytime I want, and he can insult me anytime he wants. You know, it's no fun if nobody else is listening.
Yeah, but eventually somebody listens to it.
Oh, I don't know. He said eventually somebody listens to it. Yeah, that's the part that they usually cut out, you know. But anyway, glad you're okay, at least well enough to play football. And
yes, thank you.
Wish Sammy luck on her report card coming up, and I'm sure she did well enough on her tests.
Then text us if the game is on.
I won't get the test results until August.
Really?
And
I thought they'd get it before the end of the year.
I mean, we know she's going to 5th grade next year.
Well, they rarely hold anybody
and
over.
Get her report card at the end of the last day of school. We'll see how she did.
The only time they really hold anybody over anymore is if there's a learning disability and they try to put them in, you know, special classes. But they very rarely try, you know, they for the most part, they find that they try to put them in a class that's suitable for them. And if it goes a little slower, it goes a little slower. But holding people back serves no purpose, you know, because then they have the stigma of being a year older than everybody else, and word gets around that they were held over, and it's not very pleasant.
Right. Well, they don't have, like, back in the day when they had special education classes where they had separate. They don't do that anymore.
No, I know. They have
intertwine the kids with you know, regular classes as well.
I know. They have
push-in. Kids in the class
they take
what they call the NEST program. They're in her class as well.
Yeah, they take the educational specialist and put them into the regular classes. So the person really doesn't only help the person they're supposed to, which is what they're really supposed to do. But if another kid raises their hand and says they have a problem, he helps that kid too. You know, but they're primarily really supposed to only help the person that they're in the room for.
Well, they also have paras that'll come specially for one child that needs it or a parent requests it. So they'll have that person stay with that kid the whole year.
Ask her if she could.
Felix is looking for a para. You know, a white woman about 52 to 58.
To 62 to 68.
Well, you don't want 62. You said anybody over 60 is too old for you.
I'll take anybody.
Okay. He said he'll take anybody.
So
Felix said he's not fussy.
10 years or younger?
Say what?
That's Mark's interpretation.
He's looking for someone that's like
No, he said that's my interpretation. Felix, but last week he was telling me he's drawing the line at about 64. Personally,
Felix, my friend, you don't look for it. It just happens naturally.
That's what I told him. You look at it, if you look for it, it never happens.
The only person I ever see is Mark.
I could wear a dress.
She can't hear you, unfortunately.
He says the only person I look at is Mark. So I said, well, I could wear a dress. I don't even have that much hair on my legs to shave. Not so bad. I'll get extra large pantyhose, you know.
Except you're going to need a bra for your stomach.
Not for my stomach, for my chest. I need a training bra. That's what happens when you get older and you don't have abs.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I got news for you. I got a great sense of humor. I don't mean to pat myself on the back, but I don't know why any woman wouldn't be happy to go out with me. I'm not the best looking guy in the world, but at least I have a sense of humor and self-deprecation doesn't bother me.
It's the inside that counts, not the outside.
That's true.
But they look at the outside first.
Well, because we, meaning human beings, are a very visual people.
Yes.
In fact, I once, when I first came online, when we first got a computer like 20 years ago, I wrote an article for a philosophy site about, what I said. I think if people are going to be honest, and that's the key, being honest, the best thing for a relationship before you meet somebody is the computer, because we don't let our eyes deceive us by falling in love with what we see. For the most part, you're talking to somebody and you're getting to know who they really are on the inside. He's shaking his head no, because he doesn't believe me. But 20 years ago, and in the old day, if you could find somebody who's going to be honest enough, all right, and not say that he or she is, God's gift to the other sex, just be honest about what you look like and who you are, and be honest about what your inner feelings are and how you feel about certain situations. That's the best way of finding out if you really have anything in common with the person. Because you're not letting your eyes deceive you.
Anyway, we're going to have to go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be closing down the show. I want to thank our guest.
All right, he's closing down the show now. He wants to thank you for coming back on. You're like the prodigal daughter who was lost and now you're found once again.
Ask if she's going to call back.
Yes.
You heard me?
No, he thanks you for calling back. Because in all honesty,
my pleasure.
I didn't hear you at all last time, so I don't hear well as it is, but I knew there was a call up there, but I didn't have my reading glasses on.
You didn't have to. She said hello.
I didn't hear her, I told you. Don't pick on me.
All right.
Anyway, so that's all that's going on here. Have a happy Mother's Day. Enjoy the day. Good luck on your game.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day out there as well.
Tell her to text us if the game is on, I said.
Why?
I said tell her to text me when the game...
He says text him and let him know if the game's on, like he's really going to take a ride out to Staten Island, but okay.
As long as the weather holds up on Sunday, we're fine.
Actually, it's going to be a rainy weekend. You may not play.
It's going to be rainy tomorrow, but the field it's turf, so it drains really well.
Just tell her to text me.
Well, he said text him and let him know.
I will.
He says, worst comes to worst, if he can't find you, he'll go to Harold's.
I was near there today.
You were there today?
And you came back?
No, I was near there. I didn't go
near
there.
there. She was near there.
Oh.
She was near there. All righty, I'm hanging up, kiddo. Take care of yourself, okay?
From me, too.
Thank
From
you.
Felix also.
All right.
Okay.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our missing music critic, Elisa. She found her way back home. Welcome back. We'll see if she's back again next week. And on behalf of the doc.
That's me saying, all the mothers out there, have a happy Mother's Day and enjoy your special day.
Yes, everybody, have a happy Mother's Day. And we'll see you next week. Same time, even the same place. Thank you. Good night.